what's up guys, JD Venom here back with you for another reaction video today. Today, we are going to be looking at 10 underappreciated WWE ladder matches from Cultaholic. Their channel's down below, the link's down below for the channel as well. If you guys are new to my channel, be sure to leave a thumbs up, subscribe, and be sure to follow me on Twitter, and like the Facebook page where both links are down below. Leave a comment down below as well on what you want me to react to next. I'll leave a suggestion. But other than that, guys, let's get into this video. This is 14 minutes long, so let's get into it. Let's see it, and you know, let's see what the Cultaholic boys got as the 10 underappreciated ladder matches. Everyone loves a great ladder match. One of my favorite match types for sure.
High standards and higher pains. The very idea of a ladder match dates back close to 50 years, but it wasn't until 1992 that the Stairway to Glory made its way to a WWE arena for the first time.
Correct.
After that, ladders made the occasional appearance on the national stage before becoming a more regular fixture in WWE's bag of gimmick matches.
Which basically devalues it.
Ladder matches for specific reasons. Shawn and Razor because it set the standard, the WrestleMania 2000 ladder match because it evolved expectations of the match and for further elevating 6 talented young wrestlers, Guerrero versus Mysterio because custody of a child was at stake. Okay, that might not be the most shining example, but I mean we do remember it. Point being, some ladder
one match on here that I think is underappreciated but really started the ladder match craze was No Mercy 1999, the Hardys versus Edge and Christian in the Terry Invitational Tournament Final, TIT, and Jerry Lawler was very
into the foundation of wrestling lore.
You know,
he
expressed it so much. You know what I mean?
When you ask, what's a great ladder match? This video will go beyond those.
But we'll see. We'll see.
A little more tribute to some ladder matches that are a little less appreciated.
Freaking Jeff Hardy was doing 450 splashes in that match. But we'll see. I think that's underappreciated because it's not talked about as much.
Join us. Number 10, Bret Hart versus Shawn Michaels, 1992.
The first ladder match.
If you've never heard of
first ladder match in 1992,
thinking, ooh, Bret versus Shawn in a ladder match? Gimme, gimme. Well, based on what ladder matches of the future entailed, you may want to temper those expectations just a little bit. Once upon a time, ladder matches were rooted less in high-wire stunts and car crash landings, and more in the drama of the climb itself.
This wasn't even live on TV, I don't think.
Close to matching the danger of those TLC variants of years ahead. That said, the match is still very, very good if you know what to expect. This ladder match itself was merely a demonstration to Vince as to how the gimmick worked, and was done as a dark match at a July 1992
it was a dark match, yeah.
Bret's IC title. On a few occasions, the ladder does get used as a weapon, but again, it's more about trying to beat the other to the punch, being the first to retrieve the suspended title.
Right.
It's novel enough in 1992 to where fans in Portland, Maine were hanging on every false finish, but it's also understandable how a latter-day fan might not be so enraptured by the action therein. It's still worth a look as a historic curiosity. As
I like the match for what it was.
Matches, in the kayfabe sense,
I thought the match was decent. It wasn't. It's not fantastic.
How many pieces of furniture you can set up. Number 9, the Hardy Boys versus Edge and Christian, 2000. All 4.
Oh, it was 2000? I thought it was 1999.
Concept of ladder matches. The quartet made.
Oh no, it was 2000. It was 2000.
Just as the match itself
it was 2000.
Famous at the 1999 No Mercy.
No, it wasn't. That was the one I was thinking about. Hold on.
Not how
it was 1999. They're not gonna put that on the list.
Number 9, the Hardy Boys versus Edge and Christian, 2000. All 4 men are forever tethered to the very concept of ladder matches. The quartet made the idea of a tag team ladder match famous, just as the match itself made them famous at the 1999 No Mercy, and the bar was only raised from there. Triple ladder matches of TLC followed in the year 2000 with the help of the Dudley Boys, but when Monday Night Raw moved to TNN in September 2000, it was back to basics. Edge, Christian, and the Hardys
that definitely should be on the list, man. I'm kind of upset that's on the list.
Titles in a standard ladder match. While Edge's super spear onto a suspended Jeff Hardy proved to be one of the absolute highlights of WrestleMania X7 the following year, the spot
he did it. Yeah, I remember he did it. Because I remember when I saw it. Let me pause this real quick. I remember when I saw it at WrestleMania 17. I was like, this is my second time seeing this. But everyone was like, you know, getting all like about it. I was like, well, I saw this spot before. And sure enough, this is the one that was on Raw.
To replays just after it took place. It may not equal the thrill of the No Mercy battle, nor the furniture-wrecking anarchy of the TLC matches, but this free TV bout is a worthy entry into the shared history of the two teams. With all eyes on Raw following a move to a new network, the WWE was counting on Edge, Christian, Jeff Hardy, and Matt Hardy to produce another hard-hitting gem, and that they did.
Yeah, you know
Number
they
8,
did.
the world's greatest tag team versus Eddie Guerrero and Tajiri, 2003. By this time, it was becoming increasingly difficult to top prior madness. Jeff Hardy had splintered enough tables, and the idea of falling from greater heights was becoming less and less feasible.
Yeah.
Understandably, ladder matches as a delectable sideshow faded a little bit, as some ladder matches of the period had proved to be less memorable. Take this SmackDown Tag Team title match from the 2003 Judgment Day, featuring Guerrero, as well as 3 men.
Not gonna
that had
lie,
no
don't
prior
remember this one in
experience
particular.
ladder matches. What the match lacked in death-defying stunts, it more than made up for with attempts at
I'm not gonna lie, I do not remember
creativity.
this
A
match.
little more emphasis
Main reason was
placed
because
on
that I
using the
used to
ladders
have
themselves as
a
weapons,
cable hotbox
including
back in the day
a
where I
ladder
used to get all the free
sandwich
pay-per-views or
spot on
whatnot.
Charlie Haas, as well as suplexes and
Around
throws into the unforgiving
2001-ish,
steel
a little bit
objects.
after
Guerrero looked the
Mania
most
17.
comfortable among the fray,
I
hitting
did not have
front
that. Well,
splashes
actually,
and
no,
sunset
it was after,
powerbombs
no,
from
it
higher
was
up
it
on
was
the ladder.
before
In a few years'
Mania
time,
18
Shelton
actually.
Benjamin would meld his
I
freakish
didn't
athleticism
get
with
the chance
provided
to
ladders,
have
but
that
here,
that
he,
box no
Haas,
more,
and
so
Tajiri
can't get the
were
free
just getting
pay-per-views.
their feet
So I
wet.
for
Overall, it's a very
probably
good
for like a
match that
5-year
perhaps
period where I couldn't
didn't
watch
need ladders
pay-per-views.
to be enjoyable. But
So I had to
given
get
the
myself caught up on
inexperience of
Raw
most
and
of the field,
SmackDown.
it still comes together well enough. Number 7, the Armageddon
And
four-way.
somehow, some way, now I'm thinking about it, I did get to see the original Elimination Chamber at the 2002 Survivor Series somehow. I don't remember.
2006.
But somehow I saw that
It has to be
live.
said that the match came together under absurd storyline circumstances. Paul London and Brian Kendrick were set to defend their SmackDown
Oh, yeah.
Tag Team titles against William Regal and
This
Tony
is such a
Taylor,
good
when,
match.
at the last minute, GM Teddy Long issued some changes. He was giving
Yeah, the
himself
Hardy
a
Boys,
Christmas
right?
gift by
This
adding
is
2
the
more
one. This is
teams
the one
to
with
the match,
the Joy
by
Mercury
making it
injury.
a
This is
ladder
Armageddon,
match.
yeah.
This would seem
This is
unfair
this
to
is
the
the Joy
scheduled
Mercury
combatants
spot
who,
right here.
You know, theoretically strategized for only each other, but whatever. That's sports entertainment for you. The added teams were the Hardy Boys and M&M, and the match did gain a bit of unintended infamy. That's because Joey Mercury had his face horribly wrecked on a ladder seesaw spot and was immediately rushed to the hospital as a
blood
result.
just
That unfortunate
pouring,
accident
gushing from
overshadowed
his
what was
face.
an excellent spot fest otherwise, the clear highlight of what had been a pretty fun SmackDown pay-per-view. For their part, Regal and Taylor made like they had no intention of climbing any ladders, while the 6 aerialists went wild in their usual fashion. Though Regal did make an attempt before falling victim to Kendrick's sliced bread number 2 from about 3 rungs up. A truly crazy spectacle, but if
It was a
mangled
really good
faces
match.
make you feel ill, perhaps it's best to steer clear of this one. Number 6, Chris Jericho versus Shawn Michaels, 2008.
Very good
In
match.
a sense, it's hard
Very
to
good
call
match.
this bout underappreciated. After all, the voting panel of
Very,
the
very
Wrestling
good match.
Observer
Very
named it
good
Match
view
of
from
the
2008.
Year
I
for
think that was video year
2008,
2008.
So it certainly struck a chord. It all but blew off in the hellacious rivalry between Jericho and Michaels that had raged since the end of spring, punctuating the feud with an absolute killer ending. And yet, for some reason, it doesn't seem to get the copious mention that it deserves. It's a bit of a mystery as to why. The match
It's like
deviated a
Evolution.
bit from the acquired
Evolution's a
ladder match
mystery.
tropes of the time by being more about the mutual hatred than the expected gymnastics. While Michaels and Jericho are undoubtedly 2 of the most gifted wrestlers to ever set foot inside a ring, and each had bumptastic ladder matches among their prior credits, this was all about revenge.
Oh, man.
Jericho's World Heavyweight title was on the line, but the belt was rather secondary to the chance to inflict damage. One simple spot sees both men crash to the canvas, upon which Jericho kicks one end of an overturned ladder, sending the other end careening into HBK's bad eye. Y2J also legit lost a tooth during the melee. No Mercy 2008 as a whole is one of WWE's most underappreciated events, so it's fitting
I thought
it
that was a
deserves
pretty good
brilliant
event, man.
main
I thought
event,
that
but
was a pretty
also
good event
doesn't get
overall.
half the love it deserves. Don't get me wrong, it does get love, but it deserves a hell of a lot more. Number 5, Christian versus Shelton Benjamin, 2009.
Oh, TLC 2009. They had to slow down the match, stop the match because of Christian. I think he started bleeding, or him or Shelton Benjamin started bleeding. It was in San Antonio. It was the TLC pay-per-view. Like, I remember
No
this.
surprise, two all-time underappreciated WWE
I remember
talents
this match. It was
fighting
such
for
a
the
good match.
Underappreciated ECW Championship in an underappreciated ladder match. The first ever TLC pay-per-view kicked off with Christian and Benjamin jockeying for the oversized silver medal that was Captain Charisma's ECW title. Not even a mid-match stoppage for an open wound on Christian's face was going to prevent this from being the consensus choice for match of the night, even if the fans in the arena reacted to the wound treating the way weary travelers react to flight delay announcements.
It was here in San Antonio,
Otherwise,
man.
It's
It
about
was a damn
what
good
you would
match.
expect from a match that involves the two. Intricate athletics, balancing and finesse from a world-class athlete like Benjamin, and Christian's savvy as a resourceful and cunning babyface. The two had faced off in years
Now I
past
think
when
that
Benjamin was an
Benjamin should have
upstart
won,
babyface and
but
Christian a
yeah,
conniving
what do
villain,
I
and a
know?
role reversal produced their best ever singles match against one another. Even at a time when Benjamin wasn't pushed especially hard, he still looked like Christian's equal between the ropes and more than exceeded the high expectations of the gimmick match he was placed in. But that's more an indictment on WWE for letting Benjamin slither down the card the way he had. He can still go in 2020, and he damn sure could in 2009 as well. Number 4, John Morrison versus Sheamus 2010. Weeks earlier, Sheamus
That was
defeated Morrison to win the sporadically
a
held
pretty
King of the
damn
Ring
good
tournament.
match. This was a
Here and
pretty
now,
damn good
more
match.
important than royal props, a shot at the WWE Championship hung in the balance. The dynamic between the two
This
in
is a pretty
previous
damn good
matches
match. I
centered
remember
on
this
pitting
one.
Sheamus's strength and his bully-like
I
tendencies
remember
against
this
Morrison's
match.
valiance and persistence. That sounds like a pretty good story to tell in a ladder match, where the smaller hero can send the monstrous foe to his doom from a great height, and what do you know? They told a
Freaking
pretty
Morrison
damn good story.
was doing
The
some
ending alone is
trying to do
worth
some
checking this
unbelievable
one out
spots
for,
here.
as Morrison, like Kofi Kingston, had a propensity for defying doom through athletic improvisation, and he employs that resourcefulness in securing the win. Along the way, Sheamus did all he could to
Yeah,
wound
then
Morrison's
he
leg to
lost
make
on Monday
climbing
Night
difficult,
Raw. He
once
had
more
style match
deferring
on
to
Monday
that
Night
battle of
Raw
power versus persistence
against The
that
Miz.
the two are capable of telling so well. While the 2010's TLC 4-way main event earned most of the raves, Morrison and Sheamus's ladder match was certainly in the same neighborhood for Match of the Night honors and is more than worth a look. Almost inarguably, it's the biggest highlight of Sheamus's forgotten time spent as a cosplaying monarch. Number 3, Christian versus Alberto Del Rio 2011. At this point, we may as well just do a whole video
Underappreciated.
on the
I
million and one
thought this
things
match
that
was-
Christian did that aren't appreciated.
I thought it was
enough.
good,
You can't
eh?
really
I
blame
mean-
anybody for forgetting
I mean,
the specialness
maybe
of
I-
this
maybe I
match,
don't appreciate
seeing as
this one.
Christian assumed Edge's mantle as world heavyweight
It was
champion through
predictable
this
because you
bout,
knew
and
that
days
Edge.
later
I'm sorry, since
transplanted
Edge
the title
retired,
to company
you knew that Christian was going to take
preference
the title.
Randy Orton. Boy, if
You
you
know?
think fans today find WWE spiteful toward its audience, behold the conspiracy theories that popped up in the week of Extreme Rules 2011. So, Edge vacated the World Heavyweight title a week after WrestleMania 27 due to what was assumed to be career-ending spinal stenosis. The abdicated
Well, it
belt
was.
held
It
up
was
for a
up until
ladder
last
match,
year.
pitting top contender Del Rio against Edge's brother, best friend, lone co-signer, possible organ donor, Christian. The fans in Tampa were soundly behind Christian in what turned out to be an emotionally captivating bout. And that was before Edge drove a Jeep into the arena in opposition to interference from Del Rio flunkies Ricardo Rodriguez and Brodus Clay.
Brodus
The ending
Clay.
and the post-match scene seemed to promise this match take place in the pantheon of all-time cathartic WWE moments, a retired Edge functionally passing the torch to his brother from a different mother and longtime closest friend, who seemed to be poised to be SmackDown's new top hero. Then
Orton happened,
and
yep.
we all know how that went. Number 2, the WrestleMania 33 4-way 2017. Stop me if you've heard this one before. The tag team title match on a pay-per-view is enhanced by the last-minute addition of the Hardy Boys. Actually, we heard it too.
It was
We mentioned
good.
such an occurrence
It was
about 5
good. The
entries
return
ago.
was
Rumors
great,
persisted that Matt
fantastic.
and Jeff Hardy were WWE bound once more in the weeks before WrestleMania.
as a match?
Because wrestling fans who claim they love surprises spend their days
It was
online
decent.
reading about and
It
speculating
was decent.
on rumors,
It wasn't bad.
and then
It
claim
was
that
not
nothing in
bad.
wrestling ever surprises them anymore. Weird how that works. But no matter, the Hardys did return at WrestleMania 33 and were last-minute additions to the Raw Tag Team title ladder match with the Good Brothers, The Bar, and Enzo and Cass. And boy, that roar from the Citrus Bowl for that Hardy stock music was quite mighty. More so than just a welcome return, the match itself was excellent, perhaps the best bout of an up-and-down WrestleMania. The Hardy magic was on full display in their familiar elements, and with capable opponents, the title bout
Didn't AJ Styles and Shane McMahon open WrestleMania?
Fun fact,
I thought that was the
not
best
only did
match.
the Hardys hold tag team Team Gold in Impact, Ring of Honor, and WWE within 30 days' time here, but the win here marked Jeff Hardy's first ever WrestleMania victory. Thus, history was made all round. Number 1, The New Day versus The Revival 2019.
Damn,
Later, the men we now know
effing,
as
fucking,
Matt Harwood and Chad
shitting,
Gable received their
Skippy.
long-sought releases from WWE. After several years of churning out
Absolutely.
classics with American
Fantastic
Alpha,
match.
DIY, and Bobby Roode and Chad Gable, the Revival
I
gave
love
us
this
one
match.
last bit of excellence before they ultimately turned the pickup truck around and made the trek to Jacksonville. While ladder matches don't
The
feel
Revival
like they
is
would be
one
listed
of my
among the
top 5
Spectre
favorite
and
tag
Booker
teams of all
Blanchard,
time.
Harwood and
Period.
Wheeler more than adapted to their
FTR,
mechanics
Revival, whatever you
surroundings.
want to call them, they're
On a night
one of my
that could
top
be
5
considered
favorite
one of
tag teams of all time.
WWE's overall
They are
finer
fantastic.
outings, SmackDown Tag Team Champions The New Day and challengers The Revival did their part to make the 2019 TLC not entirely suck. They did it with a match heavy on the expected spottage, and tremendous spottage it was, including a jaw-dropping springboard DDT from Kofi Kingston. Understandably, given the teams involved, there was plenty of innovation, but also plenty of structure, with zero downtime or tedium across 19
Damn good match, man.
minutes.
I love that
While the
match.
New Day and the
Not
Revival had
one of the
plenty
best I've ever
matches
seen or
together,
anything like
it
that, but I
feels
loved it.
like
I loved it for what it was for. You know what I mean? And accidentally backed out the video here, but I think that was number 1, obviously, so there was really nothing else there. But guys, that was your top 10 underappreciated WWE ladder matches of all time from Cultaholic Wrestling. Let me know what you guys thought about this video. Let me know what you guys think about this here. If you did like this, be sure to leave a thumbs up on the way out. Subscribe to the channel. Be sure to follow me on Twitter and like the Facebook page. Both links are down below. And I will see you guys. You guys have a great day. Peace out.